What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And before I do any more reviews about all the Street Fighter characters, since they're all available, I thought we'd have a little showdown between all of the Street Fighter characters that have dot explosion, like Akuma, Chun-Li, Ryu, and Luke. And as you guys can see, they're all at level 20. None of them have imprint stones on them. And I'm going to try to make this as fair as possible, guys, but take into consideration that it's pretty much almost impossible to do that because everybody's accounts are going to be developed a little bit different. I mean, something that you have to take in to consideration is your fame system. Now, I made my fame system pretty much a level playing field for all of these characters because for my yellow, I got my attack at level 11. I got my penetration at 900. For my purple, for Akuma, level 11. Level 10 penetration. And then for my Chun-Li, level 11 and level 10 penetration, right? All exactly the same. Her defense is at 650, but keep in mind that the card set that I'm going to be using on Chun-Li, she doesn't benefit from having any extra defenses as far as her attack is concerned. Whenever you slap certain card sets on your characters, like the Mr. Big set or the KS set or the Shizuru set, those really bump up your attack based off of defense. So then this would make a big difference, especially on a defensive character like Chun-Li. But because she doesn't have any attack buffs based off of defense in her kit. She doesn't have anything in her kit that gives her attack based off of defense. It's not going to make any difference at all that she does have a little bit more defenses in the fame system. None of these skills give her an attack based off defense, just a solid attack buff, but that's it, just solid attack. So they're all on a pretty level playing field as far as like my fame system is concerned. And again, guys, none of them are going to have imprint stones. Now, what I'm going to be doing for 3 of the characters, for Akuma, Chun-Li, and Ryu, is I'm going to be using the same card set for them. And the reason I'm going to do that is because all the feedback that I've been getting from a lot of the player base that have the 1,000 Blow set, the banner set that's for the Street Fighter characters, they say that the Rush Dungeon set, this set here, is actually the best for these 3 characters because they actually do buff up the burn, shock, and chill, right? And Akuma, Ryu, and Chun-Li all have these forms of explosion, right? It really bumps up their damage, something fierce, not to mention getting the increased attack. And all the feedback I've been getting, guys, so this is a pretty big indication that you really should be farming in that Rush Dungeon for these card sets because they buff up these 3 characters especially, right? I mean, Nostalgia Chun-Li, she's going to get a nice little buff too because she does have chill, but Bison is not going to get a buff from this because he only has poison and darkness. Luke is not going to get a buff from this because he only has starlight. And from what I hear, Luke and Bison are the best with the 1,000 Blow set. Unfortunately, I don't have it. So what I'm going to do to try to make up the difference for Luke is that I'm going to be running the Merlin set. And the Merlin set's going to be awesome for him. On my account, this is the best set that I have available for this character because it does give him an extra Starlight by 75% and increases his active skill damage. This is going to jump up his Starlight explosion big time. So I tried to make this as fair as possible with the fame system and with the card sets. I mean, obviously, guys, I don't think this is the best set for Luke. I do think that the 1,000 Blow set will be better, especially from all the feedback that I've been getting, but I really can't confirm it. I don't really know, right? I have no idea if it is the best, if it isn't, because again, I just don't have the 1,000 Blow set. I'm not testing this version of Chun-Li and this Bison against these characters because the truth is these 4 are the strongest amongst them. They have a ton of meta effects and they all have that 5.5 times explosion, guys. That's where serious power is at. That's where the meta is concerned. Don't get me wrong, Bison and Chun-Li are awesome. They have their place in the game, but they don't have dot explosion. They have other uses, but as far as just raw power and damage that you're putting out, they're not going to be up in those top tiers. None of these characters have any capsules on them at all either. So we're going to do a couple tests for them here. We're going to jump into Dungeon of Trials, and I know what some of you are thinking already. Wait a minute. When you first fight Spider Robot, chill damage actually weakens the robot, which Chun-Li has. Absolutely true. But we're gonna do a little finagling to try to adjust for that. Now with Akuma, we're gonna do the 2-3-1 for his rotation, right? So let's do it. All right. And I don't want to run through all their skills and everything because honestly the video would be way longer if I did. So we'll bring in Akuma, and we're just going to wait for the Awakened skill to get ready. All right, and we're going to go 2-3-1, guys. Remember, he has Burn Explosion. So once we do that one, and we can repeatedly use the one, it will do the explosion. There we go. Now, I might hit skill, you know... Oh, wait. My bad, guys. My bad. Let me get out of here. I'm already doing something that's pretty unfair. Another thing that I'm going to do to keep all the characters on a level playing field is I'm not going to have any 3PGs equipped, because some 3PGs offer attack, some offer active skill damage, some offer critical damage, and your damage will vary a little bit having those 3PGs. So my bad, I actually forgot that I had the 3PG on Akuma. So let me take that off. I was actually playing with them in Guild Raid. Let me take this off, because that's the only way to really make this fair, is have all of them on a level playing field here. So let's try that again. Luckily, we're on the PC client, which is much smoother and much faster than a mobile device. Thank God. Otherwise, this would take an eternity to do. All right, here we go. Now let's try that again. Oh, yeah. I wish they'd play Akuma's music whenever you're in here. Okay. And I'm not using any strikers either, guys, because I don't want to skew the damage in any way. Now, I'm not counting the skills. I'm just kind of running through them. And so we did 108 million, 108.7 million. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down, guys. 108.7 million for Akuma. All right. And again, you know, there might be some variation in, you know, how many times I use a skill, but you guys are going to notice that really all these characters they're not like insanely far apart as far as their damage. They're actually all pretty nutty. And you got to also remember that critical hits also play a difference or make a difference in your damage that you're doing. So if one character does more critical hits than another character, then yeah, they're just going to do more damage in that respect. So let me go ahead and find that card set and slap on. I had to put it in the old preset to save some time. Here we go. Now for Ryu, we're going to be doing 3-1-2 for our rotation. With these dot exploding characters, I always want to do the dot explosion last. That way we can get the most damage, because we get all the increased target damage received buffs, we get all the attack buffs, and so on and so on and so on. So whenever we do Ryu, we get his attack buff from his third skill. And then we'll hit the 1 for the shock, and then we'll hit the 2 for the dot explosion. That way we do the most damage that way. His 3 can get reset. But I'm going to try to do these all the same amount. And there you saw the 3 did get reset, but I didn't use it. I wanted it to be the same as Akuma. I mean, Ryu really runs through his skills really fast. So I went ahead and blocked it, guys. I mean, 86 million, right? 86 million for Ryu. All right, so we'll put 86 million here for Ryu. So, I mean, Akuma was definitely stronger in this comparison, right? By a pretty decent margin. I mean, if you're fighting for 2 minutes, like say in Guild Raid, you'll see a bigger difference between Akuma and Ryu. So let me slap that set on Chun-Li, and we're going to do a little finagling to make this comparison fair for Chun-Li amongst all these other characters, because she does have chill. So we'll slap this on her. All right. No 3PG. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait until 1:56 seconds. The reason we're going to do that is because that's when shock actually weakens the spider robot, and then chill isn't going to make no difference for Chun-Li. That way it keeps this comparison completely fair. So I'm just going to block with Rugal and just wait until we actually need to use shock. See, right now we need chill. So we don't want to do that. We're just going to guard, and we're going to wait a little bit, right? It's going to take a little time, guys. We don't want to attack. We don't want to skew the damage anyway. We don't want to do any damage with Rugal. La-di-da-da-da-da. And I'm just waiting for that timer at the top to start at 1:56 seconds. Or 1:57, 1:56, somewhere in there. So I can actually bring in Chun-Li right now. All right, and we're just going to wait until the chill stops and shock needs to be applied. Okay, so there's chill or shock. So we're going to go 3-1-2. Here we go. 3, 1, 2. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. And remember, right now, Chill does not have an advantage. So she doesn't have any advantage over the other characters at this point against Spider Robot. So, I mean, guys, like Chill's still being applied because I ended on the Chill. I didn't do that with Ryu. So, honestly, Ryu and Chun-Li were actually fairly similar, right? I mean, 92 million, right? 92 million. But whenever I was using Ryu, I didn't use his first skill at the end, right? And if I would have, it would have applied shock. We would have done more damage. So, him and Chun-Li, they're actually very, very similar with this card set, right, on them. Now, you know, if you put a Shazura set on her, Kea set, Athena set, maybe there would be a difference. I don't really know at this point. That would require a lot more testing. So Ryu here, I'm not Ryu, Luke, sorry. Luke here does have the Merlin set on him, guys. Let me double check, make sure there's no imprint stones. Okay. So Luke, we're going to go 3, 1, 2. Now, Luke's got a pretty cool advantage because he does have Dot Explosion in his core, and he also has Starlight on his first and second skill. So we're going to go 3, 1, 2 to get all of his buffs before we do the Starlight Explosion. All right, let's see what we do here. Okay. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. And again, guys, I honestly feel like, I mean, if I'd had the 1,000 blow set, I really feel like Luke would probably do more. All right, here we go. Here we go. And okay, so I mean, 86 million with the Merlin set. 86 million with the Merlin set. So with the Merlin set, Luke and Ryu were pretty similar. Chun-Li, very similar. Chun-Li, like I said, guys, she did more damage, but only because I used her first skill that I was applying that chill, that lasting dot effect that kept doing damage to the Spider Robot. Whereas when I was testing with Ryu a second ago, I didn't do that. I didn't use his first skill, didn't apply that shock. So I actually think that, like, in this test, Akuma does seem to be the strongest, but again, I don't have the 1,000 blow set for Luke. So maybe you would see an even bigger damage difference. So let's jump into Guild Raid and try another little test, right? And in this test, what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Ryu's leadership for all of the characters, okay? We're going to go in Inferno, and none of their dots are actually going to have an advantage against this boss. So let me find my team here. Here we go. So we're going to use Ryu's leadership, and we're not going to use any strikers for our characters, okay? No strikers. That way there's nothing skewing the damage, skewing the difference here. So let's slap on the set again. There we go. Pop that baby on him. And we'll see what happens here. Now, what we're going to do here is we're just going to play for so long, and I'm just going to run through the skills. Remember, with Akuma, you can use his first skill over and over and over. So what that allows him to do is do a lot of damage a lot faster because of it, guys. Because he has that burn explosion, it does make a difference, but it's a part of his kit, right? That's something you have to remember. It's a part of his kit. All right, so we're going to do that again with Akuma because I kind of messed up on my rotation, but we want to do 2, 3, 1 here. Come on, let's go. Okay. And now we did get hit a little bit there, so that did cost us a little bit of damage. And what we're doing is we're trying to go down to the minute 37, minute 36. Minute 36 seconds, 170 million, guys. All right? Minute 36 seconds, 170 million. So let me pop that down here, okay, for Akuma. All right, but remember, I did get hit there. I did lose a little bit of damage because I did get hit. It does happen. So let's slap on another character here. I don't know why I clicked on that. There we go. Let's just use Ryu here. Slap on the set. I mean, whenever you're testing, it is pretty time consuming to try to figure out, what is the best way, the best character, the best method for all these characters. We're going to move that striker because, again, Akuma didn't have a striker, so it's only fair that we don't have a striker for Ryu or for any other character. And remember, all these characters are getting Ryu's leadership. They all benefit from that increased attack to Street Fighters. Okay, so Ryu 3-1-2. Here we go. Now, I'm not using the default either. Here we go. Nice. Now, Ryu here, I didn't get hit at all. Played it much better than what I did with Akuma a second ago. 136, guys. 136 million. 136 million. And actually played it a little bit better than what I did with Akuma. Okay, 136 million. So now let's try Chun-Li and see what she does. All right. So let me slap in. Well, you know what? We didn't need to do that. All we got to do is move Chun-Li up here. Move our striker. Even a striker that doesn't have a link effect still gives an advantage to the damage dealer because it actually adds CP for them. That's something we don't want to do. Okay, where's my set? There we go. Slap that baby on her. And let's do it to it. Right? So 3-1-2 for Chun-Li as well. Come on, come on, come on. All right, here we go, man. Let's do it. Remember, guys, we're trying to go to the minute 36 second mark. There we go. Minute 36 seconds, guys. 136 million. Well, with the dot that's ending, about 137 million, right? Okay, let's get out of here. So 137 million, 136 million for Chun-Li. Pretty similar to Ryu, just like the test we did a second ago against Spider Robot, right? And remember, none of these dots that these characters have are giving you some kind of advantage. We're not breaking the meter, nothing like that. So let's equip Luke. They also all benefit from the Street Fighter passive where they actually gain 10% attack when their HP is above 70%. All right, so we're going to do that again because I wasn't happy with the run that I did with Luke. I took too much damage and lost that extra attack by 10% from having all the Street Fighter characters on the team. So hopefully we're not going to take as much damage this time. Okay, here we go, and boom. Yeah, much better. We got the passive and attack, and we're going down to a minute 36. Okay, so there, guys, we did about 130 million, right? About 130 million with Luke. So, I mean, right now, Luke looks like he's, with this card set, with the Merlin set, he looks a little bit weaker in Guild Raid. But again, guys, I really feel like the 1,000 Blow set, especially from all the feedback I've been getting, is better for him. It will make him a lot stronger. So I actually think he's stronger than what I'm actually showing in this video. I mean, really, guys, like all these characters look very similar. I mean, from this test, right? From the test that I'm doing today with the card sets that I have equipped on all these characters in Guild Raid and Spider Robot, it looks like this guy here is the strongest. I mean, he did quite a bit more damage. He did about almost 40 million more damage in Guild Raid and Spider Robot. He did about 20 million more damage than any of the other characters, right? And Chun-Li and Ryu both had the new Rush Dungeon set on them. So, I mean, maybe the outcome would be different if we had different card sets on these characters. That would require further testing, but I thought it'd be fun to show you guys the damage difference between all of these dot exploding monsters. So again, remember, if you do use different cards, maybe you're going to have different outcomes. outcomes. You have different setups on your fame system. You're probably going to have different outcomes than what I'm going to have. I tried to keep it as even and as fair as I could, but let me know who you think is the strongest amongst all 4 of them. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.